folks. Here we are. We're coming near the end of another week. We're not quite there yet. We just watched what might be one of the most action-packed and spectacularly entertaining Smackdowns that have ever happened in the history of the second longest running episodic television program on TV today. And I'm also a compulsive liar. Get it? Because I was telling you the truth about that.
Welcome to the Smackdown Rundown. Yeah, no, there was not a whole lot on the Smackdown. Like, what happened was good, but it was just kind of there.
Yeah.
I think the opening bit was the only thing that really lent itself to anything.
Yeah.
Because we opened with the club going over what they did to John Cena and what they did to the New Day last week. And just, running their mouth, talking some shit. They end up getting confronted by Enzo and Cass, because apparently we have a tag team match between Enzo and Cass taking on Gallows and Anderson. And then during the match, we have the New Day at commentary. The Vaudevillains end up watching from the stage. And this all eventually just breaks down into a giant brawl. And this makes sense because on Raw, we had Stephanie, a.k.a. Teddy Long, create the Fatal 4-Way for the tag team titles at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So this is a good starting point to build a lot of tension between all four teams that are going to be going for the tag titles at Money in the Bank.
Yeah. And it's kind of a thing because you don't need any extra tension to be built between Enzo and Cass and the Vaudevillains. And you don't need any extra tension between the New Day and Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
Because they've all already started feuding with each other. So to have Enzo and Cass come out and try and make jokes at the expense of Gallows and Anderson starts intertwining those two feuds that are already happening.
Yeah.
Making it so all four teams are going to end up having animosity with each other by the time Money in the Bank rolls around.
Yeah. Which is exactly what you want. You want every team to kind of have an issue with one another, so they did a good job building that. Then we had Renee interview Lana and Rusev about Titus happening, and Rusev was getting some really good heat, saying that people keep calling Muhammad Ali the greatest of all time, but he's not. That's me. And then Titus happened. And then he quoted. Well, no, he stole. He ripped off Muhammad Ali. He tried to make it his own thing.
All the above.
Then we had a tag team match of four competitors that will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We had Kevin Owens and Alberto Del Rio taking on Sami Zayn and Cesaro.
Now, the weird part about this one is, partway through the match, we had Owens and Sami Zayn leave the match.
Yeah, Owens just decided he was going to just let Alberto do his thing and was running up the ramp. And then Zayn tells Cesaro, hey, I'm going to go get him. And Cesaro's like, okay, go get him. So yeah, Sami and Owens left for a good 4 or 5 minutes of the match.
And then they came back.
Yeah.
And turned into a big shoving match between Kevin Owens and Del Rio.
That allowed Sami to dive on both of them.
Yeah, people should realize that it's hard teaming up with Kevin Owens by now.
Well, and people should also know that if you start shoving your partner, or if you get in an argument on the outside and Sami Zayn's in the ring, you're going to get dove on.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. That's just what Sami Zayn does. So we get Cesaro running the uppercut train, or the uppercut party, as
uppercut party,
as Mauro Ranallo calls it. And
good old MR.
At one point, they're over
Mister.
in Sami and Cesaro's corner. Alberto ends up knocking Sami Zayn off of the apron. Cesaro runs Alberto back to the other side. Alberto gets his feet up. Or no, Cesaro puts him up on the top rope and tries to set up for a superplex. Owens jumps up, shakes the ropes, and gets Cesaro to crotch himself and land in perfect position for Alberto Del Rio to hit the double stomp. And then after he hits the double stomp, Kevin Owens blind tags tosses Alberto out of the ring.
Yeah, well, he pulls him out of the ring and then shit whips him to the floor.
Yeah, and then he goes in and then he picks up the win for himself because he's a selfish motherfucker.
Which had to suck for Del Rio to get shit whipped on the floor by Kevin Owens because he also took the suplex on the floor by Cesaro.
Yeah.
Who brought him back in from the audience area. And he also, had to fall over when Sami Zayn dove on him. So Del Rio just fell all over the place.
Yeah.
A lot of the floor.
Yeah, a lot of floor met Del Rio this time. Then we had our the match that was announced on Monday Night Raw. We had Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke. Dana with Charlotte in her corner, Becky with Natty in hers. And eventually, all these ladies got involved because we actually had Charlotte attack Natty, and then Becky tried to save Natty, and that ended up getting both of those girls ejected from ringside. This was a good match.
Dana's best showing.
Dana is improving, and I like it.
I never realized that Dana Brooke was not that big.
No, she's tiny. She's Alexa Bliss size.
Yeah, I never realized that because they played her up to be so big in NXT.
Well, and it worked with a lot of the girls in NXT, but then you get, then again, you put her up against Becky, and Becky's actually bigger than she is.
Yeah.
At least height-wise.
It was just like seeing her stand next to Charlotte. I'm like, it's Charlotte and a little girl. Little girl with huge biceps.
And other things.
Still a little girl.
But yeah, so Charlotte and Natty end up getting ejected. Becky is confused. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, where's Natty going?" And then Dana tries to take advantage. She tries to go for a suplex, but Becky's able to reverse that and back roll and actually turn that into the disarmer, which was really cool. She stopped the suplex, did a back roll into what I thought was going to be a roll up.
Yeah, it looked like she was trying to go into a small package.
Yeah. But yeah, she was able to roll it around into the disarmer, and Becky Lynch picks up a win on TV.
Wow!
It's about freaking time.
Woo! Go Becky Lynch. Oh, friend of wifey.
So, then we had more life lessons with Coach Backlund.
Yes.
We found out one very important thing. This one took a weird turn because it started with, how are you going to celebrate when you win?
Yeah.
And Darren Young immediately wanted to go to the millions of dollars chant that him and Titus O'Neil used to do, but Bob didn't seem too keen to that one.
Yeah, well, one of Bob Backlund's life lessons is about being thrifty and saving your money.
Yeah.
You can't go around flaunting your money and spending millions of dollars.
Yeah. I don't know how we even got to this point.
Well, he asked Darren Young how he was going to stay thrifty, and he says, well, when I go to the movies, maybe I'll buy a small popcorn, and maybe I'll buy a small drink, maybe I won't buy a popcorn, maybe I won't even go to the movies.
Yes.
And then he asks, well, Coach Bob, how do you stay so thrifty? Because they got on talking about, like, shopping.
Yeah,
and Bob Backlund's like, I'll let you know a secret. This is my only set of clothes.
And Darren's like, life coach, you have multiple, more of all of them, right? And no, Bob apparently only has one set of clothes, and then he asked Darren Young how he feels about bow ties.
Yeah.
Swear to God, if Darren Young starts wearing a bow tie,
it's gonna happen. He's gonna come out.
You think he's gonna come out looking exactly like Bob Backlund?
The night after Money in the Bank.
Gross.
He's going to come out dressed like Bob Backlund, and he's going to have Bob Backlund in his corner. I hope so. At least I feel like having all these vignettes involving Bob Backlund wouldn't really pay off well unless Bob Backlund showed up.
Or at least I gave him a pep talk before he goes out for his re-debut match or whatever. Yeah. So we had Dolph Ziggler at commentary on Smackdown, still dressed in his attire from his main event run of commentary.
I know he's been wearing that same suit for 2 days.
Yeah. He would be commentating a match between Kalisto and the man who said he wouldn't enter a building unless he faced Dolph Ziggler, that being Baron Corbin. I'm glad after 1 week we got rid of this I'm not going in the arena business.
Well, wasn't that like 4 days? Didn't he do that on Monday?
No, he did it last week on
Was
SmackDown.
it last Monday? The last on SmackDown?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Alright, well. Baron
Whole
Corbin,
week.
man of his word.
Anyway, Baron Corbin beat Kalisto. That was the thing. Then he got in Dolph Ziggler's face. This feud needs to end.
Yeah. We sent Baron Corbin back to NXT. I want to see him versus Nakamura.
I'm sure Nakamura will be on the main roster very soon. Then we had Kevin Hawk's favorite part of the night, where Sheamus was showing off the trailer to the new Ninja Turtles movie, which he plays a man who turns into a rhinoceros. He was showing this to Golden Truth, Zack Ryder, and Summer Rae. Zack Ryder talked some shit, and Sheamus talked some shit back, and then Apollo Crews walked up and punched Sheamus right in the face.
Pow, right in the kisser.
And then he threw boxes in the direction of Summer Rae. We never saw Summer Rae again. I'm assuming she got pegged by those empty boxes.
We never really saw any of the other guys again. I think the first blue, like, plastic Tupperware tub that he threw just contained some sort of weird black hole that sucked up all the other wrestlers in the room.
Everybody disappeared.
They're all going to show up on Raw in, like, spacesuits.
God.
As the social incasts.
Fade Forstick. Then, how do we cap off this monumental episode of SmackDown? A match that I thought could have ended at Extreme Rules. But instead we spent the entire night going from the beginning of this feud, which was the night after the week after WrestleMania,
Yeah.
all the way up until now, so we can get Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I think we had 4 different recap videos, at least 3.
Yeah, we had the transition into the Ambrose Asylum. We had the taking back and the coming back of the highlight reel.
Yeah, with Mitch and the Plant. Then we had the tearing up of Jericho's jacket.
Yeah, the jacket.
And then the Extreme Rules Asylum match.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had like 4 different videos hyping up this match. Just because it was a never before done on SmackDown singles match. Good for you. So it wasted a lot of time.
At least the match was good,
Yeah.
but we've still seen it.
Uh-huh. I thought it was better than the one they did at Payback.
Yeah, I agree. I'd agree with that. It still makes sense. Like, I understand why we're doing this, because they're both in Money in the Bank. So it makes sense to have them fight each other. But did we need to take away the 5 minutes total that we recapped their entire feud? Couldn't we have just said, on top of all the things they've done to each other over the last 2 months, they're also going against each other in Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Look at that. I just recapped their entire feud in 15 seconds.
But I forgot everything that happened, so I need constant visual reminders. Or so WWE thinks that all their fans just forget everything that's happened.
Yeah.
And somehow also decide to hope that we do forget some things that happened.
Jericho won.
Yeah.
Ambrose got shoved into Charles Robinson, stopped himself before he made the full-on collision, turn around into a code breaker. And then Jericho decides, okay, well, we're getting ready to go into a ladder match, so I guess I better get a ladder involved. Put a ladder up on the turnbuckle, went to throw Ambrose into it, got reversed. He got a face full of ladder. Ambrose then picked up the ladder, dropped it on Jericho, then set it up and gave him an elbow drop from the top, and then pointed to the briefcase saying, "I'm gonna get it."
He's gonna get it.
And that was Smackdown.
Yay.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Share this video if you want. You really don't have to.
Yeah, we won't even be mad if you don't share this one.
Go check out all the links.
There's a lot of them because it's every form of social media and or communication that we're comfortable letting the public know.
And if you'd like to listen to this boring-ass review video, you can check out a podcast.
Yeah, if you want to see stuff that's more entertaining than this, check out the playlist to my left.
Yes.
Which would be your right.
Yeah, we've got our Raw review. We have an extended midweek wrap-up with a full review of NXT TakeOver The End. We've got this video. Coming up next, we have a special 2-year anniversary video, a video we have never done on this channel, so be sure to check that out. And then coming up this Monday will be the Indie News, where you'll find out who won the Best of the Super Juniors 23.
And who won the Tournament of Death.
Oh, yay. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Also, fuck Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, fuck Sheamus.
You don't have to. Crew's already fisted him.